Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan nama saya Muhammad Angga Fernanda. Dari Kailas MNJ 23A, dengan NPM 2341150. Kertas Kerja, Penjelasan, Fungsi, Tujuan, dan Cara Penyusunannya. At the end of each period or year, a company is required to prepare financial reports, at least regarding the profit, loss report and balance sheet. To collect all accounting data, a working paper is needed. 1. Understanding working papers. Working paper is working paper that contains columns specially created to collect all the accounting data needed when a company prepares systematic financial reports. This balance sheet is not a mandatory document, but is a tool whose function is to facilitate financial reporting. Because it is not a mandatory document, this worksheet is optional. In other words, a balance sheet may or may not be prepared depending on each company's policy. If the company chooses to create a work balance sheet, then this document will be useful for checking whether the calculations are correct or not. Selain itu, Kertas Kerja juga berfungsi untuk mengurangi human error atau kesalahan karena terlupakannya memasukkan salah satu ayat jurnal penyesuaian. Informasi yang disusun berupa angka-angka yang saling berkaitan dari neraca saldo sampai dengan laporan keuangan, juga akan terlibat jelas dalam neraca laba. Begitulah penjelasan mengenai Kertas Kerja sebagaimana dikutip dari buku Pengantar Akuntansi-Kertas Azwar dan buku Pengantar Akuntansi 1 Widaryanti. Part included in the worksheet. In practice, the columns in the work balance consist of 5 main parts, namely as follows. 1. Trial balance 2. Adjusting journal entries 3. Balance sheet after adjustments 4. Profit and loss calculation report 5. Balance sheet. Purpose of the general ledger. The purpose of compiling a ledger, as quoted in the book Excel for Accounting Easy, Fast, Accurate by Sabarin M.A.K., is as follows. 1. To facilitate the preparation of financial reports. 2. As a medium to see estimates that occur in the company's daily activities, so that management can control every company expenditure to support its activities or operations. 3. To make it easier to classify and summarize information from the trial balance and adjustment data, so that it is a preparation before preparing formal financial reports. 4. Makes it easier to find errors that might be made in making adjusting journals. Bentuk-bentuk buku besar. Neraca laba mempunyai 4 bentuk, yaitu neraca laba 6 kolom, 8 kolom, 10 kolom, dan neraca laba 12 kolom. Namun yang seringkali digunakan oleh perusahaan adalah neraca laba bentuk 10. Dikutip di buku Pengantar Akuntansi Konsep Dasar and Praktik untuk Perusahaan Jasa and Dagang oleh Dila Septiana. Terdapat format bentuk pada keempat neraca laba tersebut, yakni. Forms of general ledger. 1. Balance sheet in 6-column form, consisting of columns, account number, account name, balance sheet after adjustment, debit and credit, profit and loss, debit and credit, balance sheet, debit and credit. 2. An 8-column balance sheet, consisting of columns, account number, trial balance account name, debit and credit, adjusting journal, debit and credit, profit and loss, debit and credit, and balance sheet, debit and credit. 3. A 10-column format balance sheet consists of columns for account number, account name, balance sheet balances, debit and credit, adjusting journal entries, debit and credit, adjusted balance sheet balances, debit and credit, income statement, debit and credit, and balance, debit and credit. 4. A 12-column format balance sheet consists of columns for account number, account name, balance sheet balances, debit and credit, adjusting journal entries, debit and credit, adjusted balance sheet balances, debit and credit, income statement, debit and credit, capital, debit and credit, and balance, debit and credit. How to prepare working papers. When compiling working papers, it cannot be done haphazardly, Detailers. If it is not arranged neatly, this can make the reader confused. As for the correct way to prepare a worksheet, here is the explanation, quoted in the book Starting to Learn the Basics of Accounting by Ika Satria Wibawa, s.com. 1. Fill in the account number and account name columns. 2. Fill in the trial balance column. The trial balance column is filled in based on the estimated balance contained in the general ledger, before posting the adjusting journal or based on the trial balance. 3. Fill in the adjustment column. The adjustment column is filled in based on the adjusting journal made on the basis of adjustment data obtained at the end of the period. End of year. Sekian penjelasan dari saya tentang kertas kerja terima kasih wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.